Welcome to a necromantic box of pop culture unboxing. Today, we learned that Snoop Dogg has brought Tupac back from the dead to record a song that we haven't heard yet. But don't you worry, the coronavirus's new song is lit AF. Plus, Amnesia is getting a third game, and those gay frogs finally get revenge. All this and more. Hit me with that intro, Matt.
Have you guys ever heard of Twitter?
I have heard of Twitter.
Zach, I hear you just heard about Twitter.
Yeah, it's
Isn't that what
Also, hi Ryan, I'm Matt. That's Zach. What's up with Twitter?
tell us. It's
Tell us. Yes.
Tell us about this Twitter thing.
Tell us about this Twitter you're talking about, Mitt.
so I found this interesting little app that you can say stuff on it, and you can follow people, and they say stuff.
I get this weird sense there's a lot of hate and toxicness in there, but
Probably, considering the first couple things I've seen have just been nothing but political things. But that's also because I'm only following political figures.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I finally contacted the John Oliver for Last Week Tonight.
Yeah?
I asked him for an apology about making fun of your parents, and he never responded.
Well, we'll give him time.
What a jerk. Well, I should
Yeah,
just keep
that's great.
every week just constantly like pinging him and be like, hey, apologize for this.
Oh,
Yes, please.
Please apologize.
I think you've got a better chance at putting a side by side with me and Ellen and asking for answers.
Oh,
I want to make this
What a
happen, by the
burn.
way.
what?
The side-by-side with him and Ellen.
Oh,
I want to make this happen.
I bet it'll happen someday.
I can find the old picture. There's a picture of me in high school. If you put us side by side, we're like, you'd
You look
think
like
that I
Ellen
was her son.
Oh, God.
Like it's like this
Yikes.
is weird.
What a sad truth that is.
Yeah.
Why do you think I keep a beard?
Oh, God. I wish I could grow a beard. This is as much as I can get right here. All this little peach
You
fuzz.
rock it, Ryan.
No, I don't. I don't rock anything. I'm disgusting.
sorry for lying to
I'm
you.
disgusting. Thanks for admitting you were lying to me. Like, wow.
I'm sorry, Ryan. That felt mean.
That's great.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. How you guys
Should we
doing?
I'm good.
Should we do what, Matt?
Should we just go back into the? Should we just go into the show?
I mean,
I don't
yeah.
know. Like I'm
Yeah,
doing well. You're doing well. Zach's doing well.
Yeah.
What? You can't just assume everyone's doing
Ryan,
well.
how are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
See, Zach, how are you doing?
I could be better.
See,
All
look
right,
at that.
Okay, how's it? Okay, what's up, Zach?
You got 30 seconds. 30. Wait.
Don't
yeah,
put a
seconds.
timer on this. Let the man speak.
I could have $1 million and be debt free. But
Okay, so you're doing well too.
yeah, I'm
cool.
doing great.
No, you're doing as well as we are. All right.
Right,
Well,
what's this headline?
let's get into the show. So as you guys know, I'm a huge fanatic of the coronavirus.
He's actually wearing his I Heart Coronavirus shirt right now.
That I have followed, like, I've ordered so many packages from Hong Kong and somehow have not gotten the coronavirus. Not that I'm trying to, but I don't know how I haven't. But surprise. So because I'm so obsessed and I follow this 24/7, there's a song, a coronavirus PSA song that was released by the health officials from like the South Asian countries as
Vietnam.
well. Yeah, well, Vietnam, but Thailand and other South Asian countries.
Name other South
came
Asian
together
countries.
on- I don't know anymore because I'm an idiot. But basically, they
That was
teamed
great.
up. This PSA is pretty much about washing your hands because, like, in the chorus, it's straight up about washing your hands. Obviously, it's not in English because for some reason we couldn't make awesome songs. But the song is really good. You guys have all listened to it, right?
Yeah, and we actually did
Yeah.
bring in our resident Vietnamer,
Vietnamese person?
Vietnamese man, Zach, here to talk. As a Vietnamese man, what is the proper
What was it like
term to refer
growing
to people?
up in Pennsylvania, in Vietnam, Pennsylvania? Like, what was it like?
Can you point to a map of Vietnam where Pennsylvania is on it?
Is that one song? It's in all of the Vietnamese war movies.
Fortunate
performed
Son?
there? Yeah, is that there? Is that what that song's
Well,
called?
now I've got
Fortunate Son,
flashbacks.
Sorry. Breathe, bud. It's
Oh,
foaming
God.
at the mouth.
Oh God. Yeah, I think it's a good way to get the word out, especially because you're probably looking at younger people, because younger people are mostly going to like expose because they're still going to want to go out. Like I don't think they canceled spring break
No.
in the United States,
But
So, like,
everything else is
that's-
canceled.
Yeah, it's like a phenomenal place
Actually,
to go.
funny you're mentioning that. In my family group chat right now, they're all talking about how all the schools like Pitt and stuff are going to online only for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Oh, Pitt actually is going online
Yeah.
only?
Yeah, which
My brother's really upset about it, actually.
I wonder why.
Which, you know, that's what we should do is, you know, you try to distance people, you try and slow the spread until we can get a vaccine or we can figure out what works against it.
Just let it, sort of head down to the Winchester for a pint and wait for this all to blow over.
Well, it's really interesting that you say about young people because young people actually took to this song unbelievably quick. Like the moment this song came out. So you know that if you guys heard the app TikTok, so basically it's like it's Vine, but
I had
Chinese,
but-
it sells your information to China.
yeah.
I had it for a little bit, but for certain reasons, I put it down. I'll talk about that on my own podcast.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, so I guess like some people in Vietnam made. I don't know why saying Vietnam is such a weird word for me to say. I don't know why my brain doesn't like it, but they created a dance, and it's like this dance. You know, like you rub your hands, and then like you touch your face. So basically, you do everything to give yourself the coronavirus, but you know, with the song.
Interesting.
It makes the coronavirus fun. But
I want you to try something for me, Ryan.
what?
Pronounce the lyricist's name.
Lyricist's name? I have it written down somewhere. Where is it? Kak Hun. Kak Hun.
Is that how it's pronounced?
Mhm.
Okay.
I have no clue, but I think so. Kak. I'm sorry. I'm probably making. Sorry
This
for
is
butchering your name, but Kak
He
Hun.
walked right into this. I'm so glad.
I'm an idiot.
I apologize to this guy for
just-
butchering your name.
it's fine.
You can let us know on Twitter at Pop Culture Unbox.
But did you guys like the song? You guys like it?
Okay.
As John Oliver once said, this song F's.
Yeah, he
Song
did say
F's
that.
hard.
Yeah.
But
We're back to John Oliver.
yeah, I love his videos. But I just real quick before we move on, that's all I really want to say.
I want to
Just a
talk
quick-
about something related to this.
Go ahead.
Have you heard about the new pop-up thing of Corona Vacations?
No,
Nobody's traveling anymore, so plane tickets are cheap. So millennials are buying plane tickets to destinations
of course.
Oh,
we
yeah.
are.
for really, really cheap.
Well, I didn't think I was going to be able to go to Vegas this year because I thought it was going to cost me about like $500 to get out there. It may cost me less than $200.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? For that price, I'm
To be
gonna go.
fair, flights to Vegas are cheap. They want
I
to get
did.
you there.
I did see a
Well,
photo.
the problem is I'm going to go for the WSOP. So I want
What?
to play the Big 50 again. It's the World Series of Poker.
Okay.
you play World Series poker now too.
Yeah, I went last year.
Oh my!
I
to
placed
play or watch?
to play. I in the Big 50 I
Will you
cashed
be on
somewhere
TV?
around. I wish I was. I cashed three. You can look it up on the WSOP site. I cashed like 3,300, a little more than that.
Yo, kill
And
it.
out of like 28,000 people that played the tournament, I had a huge stack at the end of day 2, and I saw that the guy across from me like made a re-raise.
Yeah.
And I thought he only had about 200,000 in chips, and it's my fault for not actually counting. And I just jammed on him, thinking that he was going to fold, or I would lose 200,000 and I'd be done, or he'd double up and I'd be fine. And it turns out he had 600,000.
Ooh.
Ooh, okay.
And as soon as I saw that, I was like, crap. I was like, I only have like 200,000 left. And that was only like 10 big blinds at the time. Like I was so upset with myself because I was going into day 3 with like a mid day 3 stack.
How many days is it?
It was a multi-day tournament. I don't know how many it finished with, but
yeah.
I was at the end of day 2 and I was killing it the entire time. It was great.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. I saw the pitch. I saw pictures of people like taking selfies on the flights when there's no one on the
Yeah.
plane with
Yeah,
them.
those are
it's
great.
like the greatest.
Yeah.
I love it. But I do want to real quick because we do have stuff, a lot of stuff to talk about. One of the subjects that you showed me today, I wanted to talk about. Real quick, I want to remind people if you. We all joke about the coronavirus, but it is kind of serious. It is a serious thing.
It just was just recently, within the last couple hours, WHO classified it as a pandemic.
Yeah. So if you or a loved one, if you guys want to get information about the coronavirus,
Make
there's
sure you watch the movie Contagion.
Yeah. That's like number 2 on iTunes right now because of this.
Is it really?
It was like number 2 on iTunes.
It's a pretty good movie, actually.
Yeah.
I would have picked up Pandora.
If you want to look for it, go to the Center of Disease Control and Prevention's website. That is cdc.gov/coronavirus/2019. I don't know why 2019, but
Because that's when it started.
yeah. So go to that website. You can find all the information, ways to prevent yourself from getting the coronavirus,
Just don't get
all the
it,
information, all the information that you possibly could, or you could listen to this song and learn how not to get
Exactly.
the coronavirus.
Yeah.
So,
Don't touch people.
And a lot of it is like your basic flu stuff, but there's no vaccine for it.
Yeah.
So like if you have grandparents or older people in your family, like if you're feeling sick, just stay away from them because they're the ones that are susceptible.
Ooh,
Like,
speaking of the coronavirus, Columbus Blue Jackets are the second NHL team to close off their home games to the public.
wow.
oh wow.
Who was the first?
San Jose,
San Jose.
maybe.
Well, that's it that I really want to say
San
about
Jose.
coronavirus. San Jose. All right. Well, another thing, Matt, you had something that you wanted to do. But
did.
Somehow didn't
Yeah,
work out.
and I want to specifically apologize, Steven. Yeah, I know I said I'd do it this episode, but I didn't.
Wait,
But
there's
I will-
someone outside of the group that knows, but we don't know what you're doing.
Yes,
I hate.
he's
you.
my ghostwriter. Did I mention I have
You
a
have a
ghostwriter?
ghostwriter?
Yeah.
That is
What?
I asked him if he wanted to be mentioned, but he didn't. So I'm just mentioning him by his first name.
that
But
son of a bitch.
one of our first fans, actually.
We have a first fan.
Yeah, he listens to every episode.
Wow. Hi, Steven.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
he's-
I just
he's
called you
great.
son of a bitch.
But yeah, he introduced me to this thing, and yeah, I didn't. The stuff, you know what I'm talking about. The stuff didn't arrive in time for me to get it prepared.
I'm so terrified. I'm so scared.
But I have it ready to go. I just need to prepare it, and then I'll unleash it on these guys.
So can
next
you
week.
promise? Can you actually make a promise at next episode?
Yes.
The next
It
Thursday?
absolutely will happen.
Okay, then we will see. I'm excited.
I
for
only
next
need
Thursday.
like a couple more hours.
Okay.
if
Do you have to
that.
cook? Well, I don't understand.
You'll see.
I don't understand.
You'll see.
But what's the other thing that you have to talk about to
So
replace
to
your
replace
screw up?
this, I found a nice little headline.
Cool.
Star of the hit show InfoWars, Alex Jones, was pulled over on Tuesday morning at like 12:30 in the morning for driving while intoxicated.
Ooh.
And they set his bail at $3,000,
but
which
do they
doesn't
say
seem like
what
much
he was
for-
intoxicated with?
No, there was almost no details about it.
Ah,
So
I
it's
bet it
time
was
for us
that-
to speculate.
It was that frog water.
He was licking those frogs.
The frogs got back. Revenge, baby.
Yeah, they got that acid coating on him, and he was licking them to get
Oh,
that
man.
high.
That's awesome.
Jeez. Yeah,
So-
Jones is he's an odd character.
I'm going to go just take a guess that he was just under the impression that someone was after him, so he needed help. And so he just drank to get like his paranoia down. And then he was
Okay.
like,
Oh,
I'm at the bar right now. I need to go home.
Yeah.
And, you know, Alex Jones was like, I'm at the bar right now. I need to go home. And he
Yeah,
just
one of
gets
those
in the
kids who
car.
didn't die at Sandy Hook is probably coming for him.
Yeah, I need to get out of here, boys. I need to go. And then he gets in his car.
Can
and
we
drives
joke about
away.
that now?
What?
We can joke about what he said about Sandy Hook, right?
Yes.
But we can't joke about Sandy Hook.
Listen.
Oh no. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Just clear.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Ryan said it's okay.
Like it'd be different if it
I
was like a
allow it.
comedy routine and it was very clearly known.
This is a comedy podcast.
But
Yeah.
it kind of goes back and forth.
Understandably, it's very dry comedy podcast.
This is a
It's
comedy podcast wearing a very thin veneer of being an entertainment news podcast.
Or something. Well, so what
Who
did you
could be calling me at this hour?
what did you think happened? Why do you think he got drunk? Did they? So they don't know what it was. They're not saying what it was. They just say he was under the influence.
No,
of
let me see if I
something.
can find it though.
I think it was
Get outta-
DUI.
Who's calling me? Why are you calling me?
It was
Steven?
DUI, which is
I don't know.
where was he?
Yeah, where was this? Matt, do you know?
It was in Austin, Texas,
Austin, Texas.
Travis County.
Yeah, DUI probably falls under alcohol or drugs, so it could be
Yeah.
either. Is there more in the article?
That article was there was almost nothing in it.
I wonder.
Let me do some research here while you guys carry this.
You post on your new thing, your new Twitter.
Wait, hold on.
What?
A little bit more. Just after midnight Tuesday, Jones, 46, was booked at 12:37 a.m. Driving while intoxicated, charged with Class B misdemeanor.
He was drunk at wow. You can tell
An
he's
arrest
older.
affidavit for Jones says a sheriff's deputy responded at 10:10 p.m. Monday to a Western Travis County residence for a disturbance reported by Jones's wife.
Uh-oh.
The wife told the dispatcher they were in a verbal fight that had been physical earlier in the day, the affidavit says.
Wait a minute.
No,
She
that's
says
never good.
Jones left the residence in a black Dodge Charger and that he was possibly drinking.
I
While
thought
en route to the residence, a deputy saw a dark Dodge leave the neighborhood. The vehicle was traveling 45 miles per hour in a 40-mile-per-hour zone. The deputy pulled the vehicle over and interviewed Jones, who had a strong odor of alcohol, the affidavit says. Jones told the deputy that he and his wife had gotten into an argument while eating sushi at Izumi Sushi around 8 p.m.
Oh
He
my
said he drank
God.
a bottle of sake during dinner, according to the court documents. Jones walked 3 miles home from the dinner. When he arrived, they continued arguing. Jones stated he then proceeded to drive to another residence he owns downtown to get away from his wife. The deputy conducted sobriety tests on Jones. His eyes were described in the affidavit as being watery and glassy with constricted pupils. His demeanor was described as excited, talkative, carefree, and cooperative, according to the court documents.
I don't think that's the glassy-eyed part. That's
Jones
not
had a
alcohol.
blood alcohol content of 0.076 at 11:55 p.m.
Oh, jeez.
And a blood level of 0.079 at 11:59 p.m.
So he was just under the legal
The legal
limit.
alcohol limit while driving in Texas is 0.08. Jones's bail was set at $3,000 and he was released on bond at 4:11 a.m. Jones has hired an attorney, blah, 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 and that's the end.
Yeah, it's going to be a normal driving under the influence.
That's weird. He said
Unless it was domestic
his
violence.
eyes were glassy?
Yeah, and he was excited and cooperative.
Oh, that's weird. I mean, I guess that makes sense for. He seems like a guy that would drink. That when he'll be like an angry drunk.
He's going to
to
commit suicide in a year or two, probably.
Yeah, but he'll leave a note saying that it wasn't him. Like
No.
it was the FBI.
Yeah, and
He'll probably
I
say
would not be surprised
and
if
that
he
the
has a
body
plan.
wasn't really him; it was an actor.
Yeah, Alex Jones, like an
Yeah.
actor.
he's just
Yeah,
going to
and
leave
that
it.
his parents are pretending to be sad.
He's just going to leave a note that said Clinton
his
did
nose, his nose. The reporter's nose gets cut off in the footage. Do you know about that?
No,
Okay, so with that Sandy, because you're making a Sandy Hook joke,
Yeah.
right? That's your
a joke
shtick?
about what he said about Sandy Hook.
Yeah. So at the Sandy Hook, one of like the other things, a friend of his, I wish I could remember. He was talking about it on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. He, I guess, in one of the footage, you see like one of the reporters that was there, like at one point his nose gets like cut off in the footage. So what it appeared is
Are they allowed to show that kind of thing on TV?
it was just like outside of the school during all the stuff that they normally showed, like the parents crying and stuff like that. Like
He didn't take the
reporters
okay.
on
Never mind.
I'm sorry. Anyway, but they like his nose, like I guess gets like cut off in the footage, so it looks like his nose like the tip of his nose gets like disappears. So basically, what they were saying is that the idea was this guy was there for a green screen, like on a green screen. He wasn't actually there, which some people say like that's possible. But that doesn't mean they faked it. It just means that the guy didn't go. So they had film crew there, and he just recorded from the studio his report.
Yeah, they've had. I think CNN was caught with this a few years ago. Is they would like go out and like stage like we're on the scene.
Yeah,
So it's like it's not that the thing didn't happen, but they weren't
they're
there.
miles away from where it
Yeah.
actually happened.
Which in a situation like that is probably better. It's like, hey, listen, you don't need to be there. Like you have your camera crew in the sky looking down. Like you don't need to be on scene and causing problems.
Now, if the
like,
if the reporter was standing in the sky talking about it, then you have a better argument there.
Then it was aliens.
yeah, I think
He's actually standing on a platform suspended at an angle off the helicopter. That's how they got that
There's
shot.
just this giant crane.
It's
He's
like
got like a vest around
Yeah.
him, hooked
Great.
into a belt.
It's like some Buster Keaton type
Yeah.
shenanigans going on there.
But yeah, so Alex Jones,
yeah.
Your idol?
I don't know
Uh-oh.
like how I feel about that man, other than like
He's a conspiracy theorist. It's one of those
Me
things
I
too.
where
love,
like
I love it though. I love conspiracy theorists. Like it's hilarious that like that's like,
just the weird strings
I
that they
feel
pull
like
together.
the sentence where he said like they're turning the freaking frogs gay
That was incredible.
is like from the things that come out of his mouth is so low on like the totem pole of how funny like the things that he's have you ever watched his show?
No.
I did a couple times. I've watched episode after episode a couple like
Yeah.
hilarious. The things that he says is like there's buddy, you're like you are on some stuff. Like I think at one point he was on the Joe Rogan podcast, which is
I
funny.
remember all the screenshots from that.
He said at one point he was like talking about how like they're like psychic vampires and they can see into your mind, and
Yeah.
the government was hiring people to be psychic vampires and get into your brain and all that. And it was so funny. I love how at one point the best screenshot out of it was the part where he goes, "To be honest, I'm kind of retarded." Like it's just
Yep,
it's
that's
like
the
so
one.
funny.
well,
He's
and, like,
so funny.
It'd be great if it was like all an act. But like he actually believes this.
Yeah.
And like it would be great if he came out in like 2 years and was like, listen, I've just been trolling you guys this whole time. Like I'm not like
it'd be
this.
so funny.
But he's not. And like that's kind of like that's where it like starts to tip into the sad.
Did
like
you guys
the
see-
memes are great.
Do you
but
guys
it
see
is
that?
sad.
Do you guys watch the Joe Rogan Experience? Did you see
No.
the? At
Oh, yeah, all
one
the time.
point, one of the a guy who trains Brazilian jiu-jitsu, trains people, showed up because he was going to be there. This is also the guy that jokes about how like the earth is flat, but he comes in and Alex Jones wants this dude to choke him out so bad. He's just like, I'm not a bitch, choke me out, let's go. It's hilarious. But yeah, Alex Jones is funny.
Nuts.
But we're at the time I got to move on to the next segment. So this, you guys probably won't care as much.
Not
I do
particularly.
exactly. You probably don't care as much about this at all. But
Oh, which one?
I didn't
the
watch it
Black
anyway.
Widow trailer. There's a new Black Widow trailer.
I didn't watch it.
It's kind of cool. It's exciting because you actually see a lot more stuff.
Like David Harbour as
Yeah.
the crazy Russian man.
That's the reason I want to go.
So
see
is
it.
this what he takes a break to do while he's trapped in Russia during Stranger Things? Spoiler
Yeah.
alert.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to do that? Say spoiler alert after the spoiler?
I don't know. I'll allow it.
Okay, cool.
I won't edit it out.
It's great.
Yeah, you won't.
So I have some couple of notes. Basically, this trailer just kind of like starts out with like a voiceover, just like showing scenes of like rubble and stuff like that. And I guess it's like Black Widow's friend.
Is there sad music too?
A little bit, yeah. But
Okay.
they're like explaining like what, they're like explaining what she tells people that Natasha does. Like something about like, you know, you're a school teacher, your husband's in like construction, stuff like that. She's like, you want to buy a house, but you're waiting for the market to collapse or to go down or something like that. It's so stupid. It's ridiculous, but I get it why they're doing it. But the parts of this that I like the most is that when we see this character called Taskmaster, as you know, I'm a comic book guy. I know a lot about this stuff, so I can give you a spiel about this guy. At one point we see like a car explode with Natasha in it, and he throws this like foldable shield at her like he's Captain America. So Taskmaster's like big thing is we also see him it cuts to another scene where we see Taskmaster like watching like old video footage of her fighting, and it's from Iron Man 2, that hallway scene.
Where she does that like leg thing. That
Yeah.
is cool.
So what Taskmaster's like main thing is he has this ability called photographic reflexes. So when he sees someone do something, he can actually pretty much mimic it to like just like that. He has he in the comics enhanced himself with super soldier serum, so he was able to do it more, but he is still a human with he can still die. But a lot of this we actually see him do it in the trailer. Like at one point we show him like he puts his hands up like in Black Panther and claws show out. In one part of the scene, you can, if you freeze it, you can see what looks to be like a Spider-Man web. So he has Spider-Man's abilities. At one point he's falling out of a carrier to attack Black Widow, and he actually like gets into the position like Iron Man, falling, you know, to get himself to fall straight. But it's just like this character I'm really excited to
and
see.
it's Ewan McGregor, right?
We don't know.
Oh.
We don't know who it is.
Oh.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
But a lot of people are speculating that it's going to be that one of the girls, like the mother, because there's a point when David Harbour, another woman, Black Widow, and like her like sister, her surrogate sister, they're all sitting around eating like dinner, and Black Widow's talking, and David Harbour's the girl who's like they call the surrogate mother, she says like, Natasha, don't slouch, you'll get the hunching back. And then David Harbour like grabs her. I was like, listen to your mother. Like, it's just like, I feel like he's going to be a comic relief in this. And I'm really excited to see it. We see him throw a shield like Captain America.
Okay.
We see his Red Guardian shield. He looks incredible. I'm really excited to see it. But we see like different scenes of more agents. Apparently Taskmaster now runs the Red Room, which is where Black Widow comes out of. That's pretty much it. It's a standard trailer. I'm going to go see it just because I want to see David Harbour. I want to see Red Guardian. This actually comes out May 1st. And if you guys like me, birthday is May 12th. We should go see this movie on opening night from birthday. Just saying. My birthday that I don't remember how old I'm going to be. I think 27.
I stopped keeping track.
Yeah, I think 27,
of my own.
28.
I totally thought you said 47, and I was like,
47?
no,
Yeah,
that's not possible.
You're real old.
I'm going bald. Of course I'm 47. It's starting.
No, Black Widow has the potential to be good because they've Scarlett Johansson played her pretty well, and also there's enough mystery to where you can start to add in there, and it could actually play really well into the MCU. And
Here's the thing. I hope they don't make in this movie something of like, oh no, she might die. It's like, no, she won't. We already know what happens to her.
She actually might not die, but she might have survived Endgame as well. So there's a scene in here in the trailer. If you pause it, you can see what looks to be they're doing a face-off. So if you ever seen the movie Face Off, you'd get that joke. But we see cut lines around her face, so it looks like they're removing her face and replacing it with someone else. So a lot of people are speculating that she actually switches faces with Black Widow, and Black Widow. And the reason we see the blonde hair in Infinity War is that it's actually it's her friend. So it's like
everyone knows that like
it's
what
like
your face looks like isn't just the skin on top. It's like how your bones sit.
Well, for this, they're it's just like Face Off. Did you not see Face Off?
So who has actually died in Marvel? Like, does anyone actually die? Tony Stark is probably flying his love like an AI or something.
Vision does die. Yeah,
he's a robot. He'll be back with space magic or something like that.
What's his name? Claw.
Villains don't count.
Villains don't count. Okay. Then no one really. Well, so
it's been a year. We can spoil Endgame.
The silver guy, the
Silver Surfer,
not Silver Surfer. Oh man,
still come back. I don't think
the X-Men guy, the guy who can run really fast. Quicksilver.
Yeah.
He died.
Maybe
He's the one that I wanted to stay.
She'll bring him back.
I hope
Same thing as she'll bring back Vision.
Yeah, I hope so. Well, we already know he's coming back with WandaVision.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I think WandaVision's going to get into the multiverse.
But Loki, by the way, has a trailer, or not a trailer, but we've seen set photos.
Ooh.
Looks like we're gonna get he looks like at one scene or like one of the screenshots. It shows him looking like he's at a crime scene, but he's dressed like a detective. Dude, we might be getting cop Loki, like a detective Loki movie or show.
Loki.
I'm all for it. I would love to see like a really because the other person that was behind him with a mustache, you'll never guess. Go ahead and throw an actor name out, and I'll tell you why you're wrong.
Burt Reynolds.
No, it's Owen Wilson.
Wow. That was even my second guess.
Owen Wilson is going to be the buddy cop.
That's priceless.
I was like, yeah, wow. Wow.
Have you ever seen where somebody did the math to break down Owen Wilson's like dollars per wow?
No,
he doesn't say it that often.
Well,
he actually does. It's just in different films.
It's in every movie. He says "wow" multiple times. So what they did was they took how many movies he was in, took all the words in every movie that he had, and then broke it down by word.
That is a lot of work for no reason.
And I can get the actual number, but it was like $100,000 per wow.
Per wow. I wish
like
that was how
like
we.
that.
Wow.
Wish every time I said wow.
Let me find it. That number's probably wrong.
Wow.
Well, he's looking for that, Ryan.
What?
Snoop Dogg has done it again.
Oh yeah, it's time to move on.
Snoop Dogg is apparently not only is he a nature enthusiast and friends with someone who committed a felony,
and he's also been reincarnated twice into Snoop Lion, then back into Snoop Dogg.
Yeah. He apparently is also a necromancer.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing. First of all, this deep fake technology, sometimes I'm like, that's cool that they did that, but I really don't want it to exist because there's way too many times that someone could take my face and put me on a porn actor.
Yep. And the more of these shows we do, the easier it'll be for them.
Yeah, it's getting weird. But
like Joe Rogan, funny you mention him, is able to be perfectly deep faked because he said so many words.
Yeah.
You can make a perfect deep fake of Joe Rogan.
I don't like it.
I know I'm making another reference on this one, but have you seen where they've put like 30 videos of him and they're all random, and then it all comes together with him saying, that's entirely possible. And then they all go back to being random again. Because he said that's entirely possible so many times. It's priceless. It's like the same cadence and everything.
I guarantee that he said it that enough times. Have you ever seen the video where they spliced him talking to himself?
Oh, that one's
hilarious. The conversation
is
hilarious.
Joe Rogan meets Joe Rogan.
Yeah, but
anyway,
on to this. Yeah, so Snoop Dogg apparently I didn't realize he makes music still. I thought he just did things with that
Lil Dicky.
Well, no, I thought he just did like TV cooking shows with Martha Stewart and stuff. But
she's the felon I mentioned a minute ago.
Oh, okay. I guess he has a new music video coming out, and I guess what he's doing.
Have you never listened to his song with Lil Dicky?
Yeah, I have.
Professional rapper?
Yeah, I've heard professional
rapper.
Good.
Oh, it's great.
Snoop hired this production studio called Corridor Digital to use like a deep fake software to splice a professional Tupac impersonator with like an interview with him and Snoop Dogg together at MTV in like 2006 or 1996, and then had that actor do like a lip sync for this, whatever the lyrics are. We don't know. I've never heard the song. No one knows what I've tried to figure out what the song was. But it does look really incredible. There's a video attached to the article that you can watch, and it does look really good. It's weird because it's also filmed back in 1996. They had to change like how the film looked so that like this would look accurate to that. It's an incredible process because they show you how they do it. It's really interesting. It is really interesting if you like stuff. If you like to learn random things that you will never use in your life, like I do, this is definitely a video to watch.
You'll find a link for it in the show notes.
In the article, they stated that the video taken of the Tupac impersonator Josh Haraway, who was also used,
not to be confused with the band Hadaway.
No, but who? God.
What? Everyone knows them.
This guy also was used to do Coachella's like not quite a hologram version of Tupac. If you guys remember that, that just didn't.
It was close, but
it was close. But
it was uncanny. Uncanny Valley.
Felt weird. It felt weird to have it. But he said,
"Can you imagine that now, like as a celebrity, you have to set up like the rights of how your image will be handled after you die." Like that's a totally different ballgame than like using archive footage.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like
like
it.
they can make all new footage from your face. Like,
that's what happened in Rogue One, where they rebuilt the one general,
Grand Moff Tarkin.
Yeah, and that started a big controversy where they're like, okay, the guy's dead
and has been dead for a while.
They did it for Rise of Skywalker. They did it for a guy who's currently living and Leia. They put her face when she was young. Like
that's kind of different because the dude was also in the movie. Like,
yeah, de-aging is different from there's somebody who's already passed and we're going to use his likeness in the movie.
That scene where like Luke and her are fighting, like that's not like an old scene. That they took actual images and then had an impersonator play her.
In that case, it's reasonable because like the movie's already filmed and she's gone during the movie.
She had died before they started filming it. Right?
Yeah. That was all the footage that you saw in the Rise of Skywalker was.
I thought she had filmed most of her scenes and they just had to.
No, that was all scenes from The Force Awakens.
Which here I'll be honest, they should have just deep faked it. Her scenes in Rise of Skywalker are rough because it's so clear that the other actors' lines are written around lines they already had up for her.
Yeah,
the whole trilogy is rough. Exchange.
I want to finish what the article had stated. They said
Ryan tried to keep us on top.
that Josh Holloway, they used him to help sync the deep fakes like facial expressions and mannerisms seamlessly, and the entire project took a little less than a week to complete.
That's what blows my mind.
Is still a little less than a week for you to create what is essentially a 15-second clip of like this guy rapping. I mean, what you can like again. I understand, but I don't like it. I don't like this. I don't like deep fakes. I don't like the idea of this because it's a software that I get why they like it, why to keep it, but also it's a device that doesn't need to exist because it can be used.
Here's what's funny: it took them less than a week.
The implications are scarier than the actual thing. Because like what they're using for it now is fun, but like if you were getting to the world of politics, like if I'm running for some kind of office and you have a video of some guy walking into a strip club, now you can make it look like I'm walking into a strip club.
Yeah,
like you're never gonna know what to believe when it comes to video.
Granted, the thing with this is like the person should be able to look a little bit like you for this to work, but it's still like.
Well, have you seen where the deep fakes have taken horses running and they make them look like zebras, and it's almost spot on.
But I don't like that either.
So here's what's funny.
In 10 years, it'll be to the point where like you can take something and make it look different.
At what point are you just not going to need to hire actors anymore?
Well, okay,
or hire people.
But here's what's funny. It took them a little less than a week to do it. They're such idiots. All they needed was a level 13 cleric with 1,000 gold pieces, and they could have done it in an hour with a resurrection spell.
I hate you.
Oh dear Lord!
All they would have needed was a little tiny part of his body.
What spell would they have to use?
Resurrection.
Dang it. Okay.
Well, that's no fun.
Yeah, 7th level spell. Casting time 1 hour. Maximum time allowed after death is 100 years. As long as he died within the last 100 years, all you need is a little part of him
What you did.
and 1,000 gold pieces, and you bring him back.
Yeah. Well,
So to get to the most important part of this.
Well, go ahead. Go ahead. What was
All right, the most important part of this last 5-10 minutes. Owen Wilson was paid about $1,300 per word, and for the amount of wows he had was $135,000.
Incredible.
Wow.
Well, so I don't think we really have time to talk about this last subject.
No, and I just ordered food. What was funny is as soon as I pressed order, they accepted the order. So there must have been someone just standing there right at the desk waiting for an order to come through.
Pretty slow today.
Apparently not busy.
Yeah.
So I won't. I'll maybe move this to another day, or I won't. Look, we followed. We did it.
We're right
under
on time.
40 minutes. So go ahead,
I'm
Matt.
so proud of you, Ryan.
Let's end it.
I love
This is
you.
great.
You're welcome, guys.
Yeah, so if you guys want to hear more of us, you can find us on iTunes or anywhere else.
Now we just
If
need
you
to
find
work
us on
on
iTunes,
jokes.
if you find us on iTunes, make sure to leave us a rating and a review. That's helped us a lot. You can find all of us on www.popcultureunboxing.com, as well as on Twitter, Facebook at popcultureunboxing. You can find me at Matt Ross VO on Twitter and pretty much nowhere else because I don't really use anything else. You can find Ryan
At Red Steak Ryan and pretty much everything.
That's Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, right?
And Twitch.
And Twitch. Zach, we didn't really talk about this, is finally getting in the game.
Yeah,
He's done it.
Do you have an app
He's
yet?
grown up so fast.
Oh, I'm so proud of him.
I made a Twitter about 40 minutes ago.
Yeah, do you have a title? Do you have an at for it yet?
It is at Little Leaf, and
All right.
Leaf is spelled Lief.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah, you can.
Thank you, everyone, for listening. We
Yeah.
did it. Under 40 minutes, guys.
Good work.
Now
boys.
we just
I'm
need
so
to
proud of
learn how
us.
to be funny, and we'll be fine.
Well, you guys can work on that.
Yeah.
I got it
okay.
under control.
Alrighty. Well, bye-bye, everybody.
Peace.
Have fun.